Welcome to our channel Learning Math. In this video, we're going to learn about plotting points in a coordinate system, also about finding the coordinates of points located in this system, in addition to the coordinates of midpoints and points of symmetry. Now let's start together. What's the coordinate system? The coordinate system is also said to be the orthonormal system. Ortho means orthogonal, perpendicular. As you see here, the two axes y prime o y and x prime o x are perpendicular to each other. They form an angle 90 degrees. That's why we say they are orthogonal. Normal, we use it when we have each division represents one unit. As you see here, the two axes are divided into equal divisions. Each division represents for us one unit, here 1 centimeter. That's why we call it the orthonormal system. Let's learn more about this system. The origin O is the point of intersection for the two axes x prime o x and y prime o y. The horizontal axis x prime o x is said to be the axis of abscissa, while the vertical axis y prime o y is said to be the axis of ordinate. Well, as you see here, each of the two axes is directed from the negative sense towards the positive sense. The arrow is directed in the increasing direction. Also the same for the vertical axis, the negative sense below the origin O, before it. Also upwards here we have the positive numbers. This axis is directed, its arrow is towards the increasing sense. These two axes intersect at the origin O at the value 0. As you see here, the origin O has the abscissa 0 and the ordinate is also 0. So we say it has coordinates 0, 0. Also, the axis of abscissa is said to be x-axis or x prime o x. We name its extremities in addition to the origin. Some also name it directly x prime x. While the vertical axis is also said to be y-axis or y prime o y. Some also name it directly y prime y. Now, how do we use these axes? We use them first in order to detect the exact location for a point in this system. If we have here, for example, the point A, how to detect its location? First, when we name letters, we start by x, then y. The same here in projection. We project on x-axis, then on y-axis. Well, why did we project them? In order to determine the position of A relative to each axis. Relative to the axis of abscissa, its abscissa is minus 3. Relative to the axis of ordinates, its ordinate here is 4. So we say that the point A has the coordinates minus 3, 4. We name x, then y. So minus 3, then 4. As you see here, they are written between parentheses, separated by comma. X and Y are both said to be the coordinates of the point A. We're going to talk about that. Now let's take another example together. As you see here, we have a point B. Wherever are you having the points located, you should project first on the horizontal axis, x prime o x. As you see, its abscissa is 5. Then on the vertical axis, as you see, its ordinate is minus 2. So we say that the point B has the coordinates 5, minus 2x, then y. Sure, between parentheses, we write them separated by comma. If we have here the contrary, as you see, you have its coordinates. We just want to locate the points. How to locate it? We start projecting at the level 3, a level of horizontal axis. Here it's xe. Then on y-axis at minus 1. When they intersect, here we get the point E. So, a projection first on x-axis, then on y-axis. On x-axis at the level of 3, on y-axis at the level of minus 1, since we have y here is minus 1. These two projections intersect at the point E. Another case, if we have a point D minus 4, 0. As you see here, its abscissa is minus 4. We just locate it exactly at minus 4 on the horizontal axis. 0, we shouldn't move it. 0, where is the 0 for y prime o y? It's exactly at the level of the origin, the horizontal level. which is here the x-axis or x prime or x. Well, any point on the axis x prime or x is exactly having ordinate equals 0. It's at the 0 level relative to the vertical axis. The contrary is the same. If you have a point with ordinate 0, then you can locate it directly on the x-axis according to its abscissa, which is here -4. Another example, if we have a point f 0, 5. As you see here, we have started locating 0, but its ordinate is 5. So we move it to the ordinate 5. Here is the point f. As you see, where is f located? Isn't it located at the axis y prime or y? So any point of abscissa 0 is located on y prime or y. Why? Here is the 0 level relative to what? X prime or x. The vertical axis is the 0 level for x prime or x. So any point on y prime or y should have x equals 0. Also, any point having x equals 0, you should know that it's located on y prime or y. Well, in general, for every point A, whatever was its coordinates, the first one is said to be the abscissa of A. We represent it by XA. We write A directly below X. Also, the second one represents the ordinate of A. We represent it by YA. Well, both of them, the two coordinates x and y, abscissa and ordinate together, are said to be the coordinates of the point A. That's why we call this system the coordinate system. It's the system of abscissa and ordinate together. Now let's learn together how to find the coordinates of the midpoint. If we have a segment AB, we want to find the coordinates of the midpoint I of this segment. We directly say that xi equals xa plus xb over 2. We also say that yi is equal to ya plus yb over 2, as you see here. This is a rule which is very important. Let's have an example together. If we have the points A of coordinate -3, -1 and B of coordinates -1, 3, we want to find the coordinates of I, the midpoint of the segment AB. How to solve it? We start directly. I is the midpoint, then xi equals what? xa plus xb over 2. It's the midpoint of AB. We say xi is xa plus xb over 2. Yi is ya plus yb over 2. We just start by the rules. Now we replace the nouns by their values, the nouns. As you see, we have xa and xb. The first one for A is xa, the first one for B is xb. So xa is -3 plus xb is -1. We cannot write plus than minus two signs without putting parentheses. Now we just multiply the signs to remove parentheses. Plus times minus is -1. We copy it. -3 -1, same sign. We add them and put their sign. It will be -4 over 2. Let's look at here. We have ya plus yb over 2. Ya, isn't it -1? The second one. Here yb is 3. So we just replace ya by -1, yb by 3. -1 plus 3, opposite signs, we subtract them and put the sign of the greatest. So 3 -1, 2. It's a plus 2, sure, the sign for the greatest. So we can write it plus 2 or 2 directly. Now 2 over 2, we can simplify them to get 1. Also xi -4 over 2, we just simplify 4 by 2 to get it 2. So xi is -2 and yi is 1. Thus we can write it directly. The point I has the coordinates -2, 1, x, then y. Now let's plot them to check out. As you see here, the point A -3, -1, the point B -1, 3. Now we're going to plot the point I, which has the coordinates -2, 1. Let's check it up. Is it the midpoint of AB? Look at IA and IB. Aren't they equal? They have the same length. So I is the midpoint of AB. Now let's learn something which is very important. As you see here, we will learn about the symmetric of a point relative to a point. If we want to find the symmetric of the point A with respect to the point B. Well, where should it be? We just join AO and we produce it by the same length to get the point B, which is the symmetric of A with respect to O. As you see here, the two sides have the same length. Well, something very important. What can we say now about the point O? Isn't it the midpoint of the segment A, B? When they ask us symmetric with respect to O, with respect to I, with respect to any point, as if they are indicating it for you as a midpoint of what segment? Of the segment A, B, directly. So O here is the midpoint of the segment A, B. The point is the first point and the symmetric point are the extremities of this segment, so we name it the segment A, B. Well, let's learn together how to find the coordinates of the point of symmetry. As you see, we have an example given the points A and B. They are giving you their coordinates. We should find the coordinates of C, which is the symmetric of A with respect to B. Well, symmetric of A with respect to B. What does it mean with respect to B? Then B is the midpoint of the segment A, C. What segment? A, C. The main point and the point of symmetry. Well, we can directly apply the rule XB equals XA plus XB of, something very important. B is the midpoint. We start by the midpoint directly. So XB equals XA plus XC over 2. You may ask me, they are wanting us to find the coordinates of C. That's right. But where is the midpoint? The midpoint is B. We start by the coordinates of the midpoint, not the point they are asking us about. We write the rule first, then we replace all given numbers by their values. So here we have XB equals XA plus XC over 2. XA is minus 3, while XC we don't know it, we keep XC the same. But XB we know its value, we replace XB by what? By minus 1. Well, now we want to solve it. So as you see here, we replace XB by minus 1, XA by minus 3. We keep on XC the same. It's unknown. We're going to find it. As you see here, we want to calculate XC. We move the numbers directly one till the other. 2 is in the denominator. We have divided by. When we move it to the other side, divided by becomes times. Minus, we copy it. 2 times 1, isn't it 2? Even if you multiply as sign numbers, the sign of 2 here is a plus. If we don't have any sign, it's a plus. Plus times minus, minus 1 times 2, 2, we write it. Equal, we copy it. Minus 3 plus XC, we also copy it. Now we just solve them. We can get minus 3 to the other side of the equation. As you see here, minus 3 will become plus C. It's contrary. So it's plus 3 minus 2 equals XC. The same here, YB equals YA plus YC over 2. We have YA is minus 2. We replace it. YB is 3. We just replace it. YC, we don't know its value. We just copy it the same. Now 2 times 3, isn't it 6? We move it in fraction, the denominator here it means we have divided by. When we move it to the other side, it will be times. 2 times 3, 6, equal, we drop it, minus 2 plus YC, we just copy it. Now we will move minus 2 to the first side of the equation. As you see here, minus becomes a plus, so 6 plus 2 equals YC, therefore YC equals 8. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like, share and subscribe.